They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong? Bow your head, they whisper low. But how far down does freedom go? Why submissive women are happier? Is it the lie or the laughter? Hold your tongue and hold your breath. Is it life or just a softer They sell a dream in a velvet case with lace and rules to keep your place. The crown they give is made of glass. One wrong move and it won't last. Close your eyes, they say it's sweet, but the sweetness stains the air we breathe. Why submissive women are happier? Is it the lie or the laughter? Hold your tongue and hold your breath. Is it life or just a softer death?
Welcome to the Happy Submissive podcast. I'm your host, Piper, aka Marianne, and we will be talking of how to find a submissive woman. Yes, because most of you actually want to find a submissive woman since you've been following me for the past 11 years or so, and some of you have actually read my book, Why Submissive Women Are Happier. And you are looking to find this special woman. Yes, this submissive woman. But there's a but. I'm telling you, you're looking for the wrong woman. And we're going to go over this in 3 segments. Yes, the first one will go over the problem. Yes, the problem you have. Second segment, the transformation. And I'll share more about my very own life story and how well my master found me and what I looked like and what I was like when he actually found me. And third, 1, 2, 3, I have it here. I'll give you a solution. Because everybody loves solution. I mean, you can't just have a problem and not have a solution to it. That's the whole point of it. We're going to dive into this because everybody uses the word dives in podcasts these days. For some reason, I don't yet understand. But let's just use it here since we have the time. The Happy Submissive podcast is going to be airing right here, where you're listening to it right now, but also everywhere where you get your podcasts. I'm using the Podbean distributor to put this podcast on the map. Make sure you share it with your friends, family, co-workers. I mean, even if you play tennis or this new thing that's called like squash tennis. Yeah, that racquetball, pickleball. If you play pickleball, share it with a pickleball person. I don't know if these pickleball people have names. But over the years, a lot of men have asked me, oh, Piper, yes, that is myself also. How do I find a woman like you? Or why can't I just have you? Well, this makes a lot of sense, right? Because you're like, you see this woman, she's beautiful, she's doing all of her stuff, and you're like, I want that. It's a bit like when people say, oh, you should always have an idol, or you should admire someone. And by choosing these people that you admire, you can kind of become a little bit more of them, or take some of their characteristics to develop your own identity, or to develop your own sound if you're a musician or things like that. I mean, that might work for other things in life, but when it comes to finding a partner with whom you will make your life, well, that's a bit different. Yeah, Totally different, actually, because you're looking for somebody that is possibly, most surely, not the same sex as you, or that you want them to be with you and not the exact same thing as you. You need to have some core values and things like that, of course. But we are going to talk about all of this right here, right now on the Happy Submissive podcast. And if you want to share the movement and join the movement, make sure that you hashtag Happy Submissive on your social media when you're talking about these social issues or gender roles or anything related to what I cover in my book, Why Submissive Women Are Happier, or anything that we cover on this podcast, because it is about relationship. It is about power dynamics. It is about men and women living together on this big, beautiful planet Earth. Not that there is not any people elsewhere, but so far we haven't found them. So let's just start with Earth, okay? Not Venus, not Mars, nowhere else, just planet Earth. So the problem is that most men are looking for women that look like me. Piper Blush, aka Marianne Delacroix. And, well, I mean, you are looking for this already made woman, this beautiful woman. You're looking for Scarlett Johansson. Or, I mean, I'm sure some of you can think of other actresses that you would really like for them to be your girlfriend, like maybe even Sydney Sweeney. I mean, she's a great example of this. Or if you're a bit older, I mean, it could be Catherine Zeta-Jones from back in the days when she used to be in Zorro. So all of these women, they are beautiful. I mean, they're graceful, they're sexy, they're even sensual, sometimes erotic. And of course, when you see them, it does something in you. I mean, it does that to me too, and I'm a woman, so I totally get it. But the problem with all of these actresses, comedians, and all of these women that you see on Instagram, because right now Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, well, that's kind of the new actresses of the world. Those are kind of the new top models. I mean, we still have Victoria's Secret models, but quite frankly, you can follow any girl on Instagram and be like, wow, she's so beautiful. I mean, I want my girlfriend to look like her, or I want my future baby mama to look like her. Well, this would be where you're wrong. I mean, I understand that men are visual and that they're all for the looks. And that's why, well, pornography and everything we're seeing from Playboy to just magazines and advertising in general is more on the aesthetics of a woman. And that is great. Because, I mean, we all want to be our more confident self. We all want to be beautiful and I mean, for people to love and admire us and to look at us and be like, wow, you're so beautiful. Everybody wants that, especially women. I mean, I'm one of them. But the problem is that these women that you're looking at, they've already been sculpted. They're already had masters. They already submitted to people to get to where they are. It's like you're seeing the final masterpiece. It's like you're seeing the finished product when you're looking at these women. They're great, they're beautiful, but it's not you who made them. It's other men who made these women. And so when you're like, oh, I really want one of those ones, well, it's a bit like, you would be wanting somebody else's toy or somebody else's thing. Which works. We'll go over this in the third segment of this podcast. I mean, you could be one of these type of men, but if you want a submissive woman and if you want to be a master, these are not the type of woman you need to be looking for, because these women already had masters. They already had this evolution, this transformation. They were built and they were made, and right now what you see is the finished version of them, is themselves as they were meant to be or as they are right now. I mean, of course, everybody evolves a little bit, but quite frankly, when you see me as me, that's pretty much me. Now, I want you to tell me in a comment and or to think about it, but which women have you, really been into when you were younger, older, doesn't matter, but I know some of you had Farrah Fawcett on their wall in their bedroom when they were younger. If you are from the younger generation, well, I have heard that I was the Farrah Fawcett of a lot of young teenagers during my YouTube era of the sports bra versus no bra on YouTube. So you drop a comment and tell me right now. I'll give you a few seconds to actually get that done, and then we'll move to the transformation phase. That's my backstory.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong? Bow your head, they whisper low. But how far down does freedom go? Why submissive women are happier? Is it the lie or the laughter? Hold your tongue and hold your breath. Is it life or just a softer death?
So how do you find a submissive woman? What does she look like? Well, she most certainly does not look like me right now. And that's what brings us to the transformation. So in my book, Why Submissive Women Are Happier, I actually go over my entire transformation. So from my childhood, from me being an early teenager and then a young adult and feeling anxious and purposeless and searching for something, someone, anything really to help me become the person I wanted to become. And, well, this transformation doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, patience, and all of these things. I was 22-ish, almost 23. I had no money, was living with roommates, and I didn't even really know how to wear makeup. I wore a little bit of makeup, and I still wear a little bit of makeup, not that much compared to some other women out there, which is fine. But I had no skills. I didn't even know how to do something with my hair. I was sort of a tomboy. I tried, I didn't know, was uncomfortable, trying to be fashionable. I had no posture at all. I didn't even look people in the eye. I was so shy. Expressing myself was difficult because I was kind of asocial. So all of these things didn't mean that I did not want to be this beautiful woman that you now see on Instagram, or this Farrah Fawcett, or even, we have Princess Leia, Barbara Eden, or many of those beautiful women that I saw in movies, TV shows, even the ones in literature. I wanted to be like all of these women. The only problem was that I didn't know how. I guess I didn't have much female role models that were very feminine, close to me when I was a child or a young woman. And then, of course, didn't have much of that male attention either showing me the way. So when I found Master, and he found me, we found each other pretty much, that's when he started sculpting me and building me into the person you see right now, into Piper Blush. Yeah. So, as I said earlier, or in other podcasts that you'll hear, my real name is Marianne Delacroix. But I built Piper Blush with Master to really be able to extrapolate, to get out of my comfort zone, to demolish my ego, and to become this feminine superpower that I wanted to become. Empowered, but not only that, confident. Have posture, be graceful, for men to want a woman like me, which actually works out fine. But the thing is that I am the way I am because Master built me. And Master built me to be this way, and we did this together as a team. So now when you see women on Instagram, TikTok, in movies, on Tubi, wherever you see them, well, these women that are built by a master, by a man, by someone who took care of loving them, giving them all they needed, was patient enough, and was also, rough enough to say the truth to them, well, they're not just gonna walk out with any other man when another man arrives and tell them they're beautiful. I mean, that's not how it works. The submissive has been molded and finished, like has been made into this masterpiece by her master. She's not just gonna go with another artist or another man. I mean, that's not what happened with like the Joconde, or any of these other masterpieces that you see. They keep being the masterpiece of this artist. It's the same thing for masters. So what I'm getting at is that you need to find a woman who has potential, yes. And that means that she will not look like Scarlett Johansson, or she will not look like me, not yet. And that is where I find men are really good at this. If they bring all of their art and all of their mind to it, I mean, men are fixer-uppers, right? Men like to take something and make it work, whether it's a door or a car. Well, it's a bit the same thing with a woman. You have to build your perfect woman. She does not exist in the world. If she does exist, she's not yours. She's somebody else's. Somebody else built her the way she is right now. And so she doesn't need you to do it because it's already done. And she's going to be loyal to that person who did that with her and to her. And is not going to go out with some other person. She knows her worth. She knows how beautiful she is. She's ready to be admired now, but not to be sculpted. So you'll have to open your eyes to something completely different than what you're used to seeing in the social media, the media, and just out in the street. I mean, the women that do get the whistles are these type of women, the already made women. So all I'm asking for you to do right now is to kind of broaden your horizons, to open your mind, your heart, your eyes, and everything else to the woman that I was when I was looking for a master. This type of woman, she does have something, and that something is, of course, a little bit of beauty, but most importantly, potential. She's the type of woman, or if you say a little something to her to try to help her out, she's not going to be defensive and say no. She's also wanting your help. She's wanting to improve. She's wanting to find a way to become a better person or a more beautiful person or however you call it in this like whole approach. So she's going to be kind of easy in that way. I'm not saying she's not going to fight you over things sometimes, or that she's not going to be like, I'm not sure about this. But in general, she's really searching. Yeah, she's searching for something. She's open to questioning life and different type of things. And when you try to correct her posture or to correct the way she holds her fork, because you tell her, well, if you go to fancy restaurant, that's not how you hold your fork, and she seems to be open to that idea, well, then you might have found your raw material. You might have found this woman that you will be able to sculpt into your perfect submissive, your perfect woman for you. And of course, well, you're also going to be the perfect man for her. That makes a lot of sense, right? That being said, the transformation phase is the most important phase of your master-sub relationship because this is where it all happens. This is where you really build each other together. And this is kind of like the glue that will make you resist time. Master and I have been together for almost 11 years, and we are an age gap couple, as some of you know. So that means that a lot of couples have not even been over that. And we're not talking about couples who stayed together because they had a child or things like that. That doesn't count. We're talking about couples who stayed together because they really build something together in many dimensions of their life. So, how do you find a submissive woman? Well, it might not be for everybody, and that is why I have a solution for you. I do. And it's going to come right after this little song. I don't know if you noticed the song, but the song is actually the title of my book, right? Why Submissive Women Are Happier. Leave me some comments on the song. We'll listen to it, and I'll be right back to give you the solution on how to find your perfect submissive woman.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold, you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong? Bow your head, they whisper low. But how far down does freedom go? Why submissive women are happier? Is it the lie or the laughter? Hold your tongue and hold your breath. Is it life or just a softer death? They sell a dream in a velvet case with lace and rules to keep your place. The crown they give is made of glass. One wrong move and it won't last. Close your eyes, they say it's sweet, but the sweetness stains the air we breathe. Why submissive women are happier? Is it the lie or the laughter? Hold your tongue and hold your breath. Is it life or just a softer death?
The Happy Submissive podcast and the solution to finding your submissive. Now, maybe it's not for you. Maybe actually like finding a submissive is gonna be too much work for you. Maybe you're not master material. Maybe you're not master material yet. Maybe you want to be a master, but for some reason you don't yet know how. You don't have the time, the knowledge, you don't want to put in the effort. It's like buying a puppy, right? Or all these things. So that being said, maybe you're that person, maybe you're that man that wants an already made woman, that wants to date Scarlett Johansson just the way she is. And that is okay. So we would put you in that category that you would be a collector. So you would be a collector of beautiful things. And you can be a collector. But the thing is, if you do decide to collect these beautiful women, I mean, one at the time preferably, but I'm okay with E&M. I mean, you do whatever you do. So you go for these women that are already made, that are beautiful, independent, that get a lot of cocktail pays at bars, and you will have to compete with all these other men's for sure. That is cool. But maybe you like the chase. Maybe that's what you love. You love to get these women that are already beautiful and that all the other men desire, and you have them. And that is your thing. There's a chance she's gonna leave you. I mean, there is, because she already has all of that and is all of this. So just like any collection, well, at one point, it can get bought out by somebody else. It's all about price with collections, right? It's all about if you need money right here, right now. But the thing with a person is that it's not just like a Van Gogh. I mean, the Van Gogh can't really go anywhere if you locked it in a safe. But the person is a person. She can pretty much do whatever she wants. So if ever she finds a better deal, a better relationship for her, she can leave you, because what you'll have in common is the things that you did together, but you didn't sculpt her. You didn't make her. There was none of that master sub relationship in that sense. So, that being said, some men prefer to be collectors, and that is fine. For the other ones that want to be masters, maybe are already masters, or maybe have the potential to be masters, or really, really want to be masters and are just looking for how to become a master, well, you should start looking at librarians. You should start looking at women that work at Starbucks as baristas. You should start looking for all of these women that are not yet finished, but that have this potential to be sculpted and that want to be sculpted. That is much more the master sub approach than a girl who's already have all these things, already goes to the hairdresser, already has fake nails, already has fillers, Botox, and probably fake breasts. Like, and she goes to the gym. All of these things make her worth more in the eyes of like society, of course, because she's already made. She has higher standards and a higher life expected. She's worth more. She's high maintenance. She's high maintenance, and that makes sense because she need to maintain all of that. So if you want to be a master, you need to go for these women that are the exact stereotype of the librarian. She's cute, but she's a bit shy. And I mean, if you were to do her a makeover, she'd be really beautiful. But she's kind of slightly awkward still. She prefers book to reality because that's a bit too frightening for her so far. I mean, this type of woman, I know I used to read somewhat when I was that age, in my early 20s, before I got discovered by Master. So you're looking for this woman that is searching. And you're searching. You need to search too, right? You need to find your person. And that means that it's not every woman that are just going to fit this description. You can't just go and find any type of woman. Maybe you have nothing in common with the librarian. Maybe you're going to need more like a junior mechanic. I don't know what you need yet. But this is how you find a submissive woman. You don't find submissive women who are already beautiful. This is like, it's the counter. It's the counter of everything we're talking about. Submissive women will submit because they need something. And you need something too. It's a give-give type of situation. It's a power exchange. It's a power dynamic. They need your guidance. They need maybe some of your resources, some of your skills, some of your wisdom, knowledge. And you maybe need their youth. Maybe you need their energy. Maybe you need for them to be in awe of the person you are. Maybe you need for them to be hard workers because they're just like that. They're younger. And of course, okay, I'm going to say things that are very controversial, but it is true. And I'm saying young. I'm not saying like young. I'm saying early 20s, like from 20 to 25-ish. That is when I was like this soul-searching person. That is when I was ready to be molded, ready to dive into something. You know, this is the age where most people don't yet have kids and want to go somewhere but don't really know when and how to do it. So, of course, if you go with a woman that is older, for sure, there's more chances that she has already found her purpose and found herself, or that she's more stuck into her old ways. And I would say that that is quite different for men and women. Men tend to do that later in life, and women will tend to do that earlier in life. So this age contrast is something that I believe in. If you're looking for a master-sub relationship, for sure. And somebody, of course, mentioned something about grooming. We'll go over that in another episode, for sure, of the Happy Submissive podcast. Because the master-sub relationship has to be of conscious submission and not just of like, you submit and that's it. This is not how it goes. We're talking of something a lot more mental. Not just physical, people. Not just sex. Not just going for that BDSM angle. No. We're talking about going into a partnership where you can actually grow, evolve, and sculpt each other into the couple you want to be. This power couple. These beautiful people that you are together. So that's my take on it. On how to find a submissive woman. If you want more episodes like this one, or if you have more subjects you would like us to cover, well, please drop a comment or send me a message, however you prefer to do it, on any of my social media. I go by Piper Blush and also by Marianne Delacroix. And the Instagram is Happy Submissive. Don't forget to use the hashtag Happy Submissive for anything related to all of the discussions that we are having right here, right now, so that I can track them and also will get back to you if ever whatever you're saying on the social medias is really interesting and we decide to repost it. That's it for now, but I'll see you in the next one.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace in chains of gold. You're released pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong? Bow your head, they whisper.